What's the best advice you've ever received? I once asked my grandpa what it felt like to grow old. Grandpa's a man who takes his time. With everything, he'll deliberate over which section of the newspaper to start with, so I knew this question would take him some time to answer. I waited quietly, letting him gather his thoughts. When I was younger, he'd once praised me for this habit, and because compliments from him were rare, I made it a point to always give people silence after asking a question. Grandpa stared out the window, where an empty bird feeder hung from a tree next to the pond he built in 1993. He used to fill the feeder every evening, but stopped last winter when walking became too difficult. Without turning his gaze from the window, he asked me, "Have you ever been in a hot shower when the water ran cold?" I nodded. "That's what aging feels like," he said. "At first, life is like standing in a hot shower. It's almost too warm, but you get used to it. You start enjoying it, thinking it'll always be this way. But then, somewhere in your 40s or 50s, you feel the water cool down just a little. It's subtle, but you notice. You turn the faucet up, trying to keep it warm, but eventually you realize there's no more heat left. The water keeps getting colder and you can't stop it." He paused, then added with a wink, "And if you're lucky, a few good-looking women join you in the shower from time to time." We both laughed, but I stayed. I kept myself content by remembering the hot showers of my youth. Still, I wish I hadn't taken those for granted, but it's too late now. The hot water's never coming back. He had, indeed, lived a good life. And that's what it feels like to grow old. Grandpa went on, "As the years go by, the water turns lukewarm, then colder, day by day. Some people can't stand it and leave the shower early, knowing it'll never be warm again." He fell silent, his eyes still fixed on the window. Those eyes had seen 91 years live through the Great Depression, sailed the Pacific in World War II, and watched his family grow to 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren.